Hi friends! This is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Scarlet Harlow. This is part 4 in the series, Puppets at Red Sea, episodes 1 through 3. Also, welcome to chapter 2, or is it episode 2? Episode 2. So I decided to just roll straight into it. It's spooky week. Let's be spooky. Get it. I'm sassy today, I don't know why. So, fun sassy time, do. Alright, here we go. Let's load DaintyTank. Let's click into this. If you'd like to continue your world state into into episode 2, please save your game. Click. Continue. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? Yeah, why not? That sounds fun. Recap last time with DaintyTank episode 1. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that felt unsafe, even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you couldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to your family's humble state. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, I gotta do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Same. She hunts cryptids. Speaking of. Oh, so scary. Oh. Single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight, while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. Uh-huh. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab the flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Power build! You heroically dive forward, tucking Gretchen under your arms, whoop, and grabbing the flashlight with the other. Oh, it's so okay. Creatures are so scary. I said, aim the damn thing, quick! Perfect. Whew. Oh, God. Welcome home. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen. A sign of great suffering and destruction to come. No, my tea! From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. Wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now. Just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tingling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your mind. You can't help but remember the sight of pale faces jeering at you from the trees, their calls echoing through the woods as you ran for your life. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen. But you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Why is it clammy? Also, it's literally sunken in the middle here. The entire atmosphere of this whole thing is so spooky because of the gorgeous hand-drawn nature of this point-and-click adventure. It's so impressive. Check on the possum. You open the drawer, check in on a little possum you met yesterday. Oh god, he's still here. That's nice. Pat the little mans. Leave the little mans in peace. Pat the little mans. Reach out to pat the little mans. He immediately plays dead. You leave him to his theatrics and close the door. Good little possum. Okay, poke around the closet. Great, the doll didn't move during the night. I forgot that was a thing. Oh wait, click. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. Return to your room. Turn back to the rest of the room. Look out the window. You creep towards the window and careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. Could have been an animal. Could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Leave the window. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Text Stella. That's a good idea. It's probably a good idea to check in with your new friend. Can't imagine she's holding up very well. Yo, what up? Hey, how are you holding up? Hi. Yo. It might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. Get up, buck up, let's go. Oh, hi. I forgot you were in here. Hello. You're back in the kitchen. Frou Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. You're back in the kitchen. The cat eyes you from her favorite spot. Excuse me, ma'am. May I pet you? You gotta ask permission. You have to ask permission. Cats are very much consent creatures. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet your beautiful fur? Part of you hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as that may seem. You are, after all, talking to a cat. Frou Frou merely flicks her tail faster. Doesn't look promising. Hey! Sure, take your time getting up. Hey guys, it's like 8 a.m. Yeah, but she's like a mine worker, like a mine supervisor, so, probably up is what happens. There are monsters in the wood, we need to leave! Yeah, I've had a really rough night. Can you cut me some slack? I'm sorry? What's the plan for the day? I'm debating. Hey, cuz, or what's the plan for the day? She'll get back to it. Hey, cuz. Hi, cuz. How are you doing? How am I doing? I'm half an hour late for work how I'm doing. I wanted to make sure I relayed this message in person in case you decide to ignore my text again. I don't want any repeats of last night. From now on, no running around in the woods after dark. It's dangerous out there. You could fall down a cliff. You could get stuck in a hidden cave somewhere. You could get lost in the woods and never be found. Just because nothing happens here doesn't mean it's safe. And just because Stella spends a lot of time in the woods doesn't mean she'll keep you out of trouble. I want you home by sunset from here on out. Okay, what is up with you and Stella? Oh, did I hit a nerve? We just have a history, that's all. Don't need to explain myself to you. Okay. How dare you dismiss me? I'm sorry about last night. But what you're doing is unacceptable. Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't need convincing, stay put. Sure, whatever. Can I hang out with you today? At the mines. No. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry about the last night. But what we're doing is unacceptable. She's just worried about you. Don't be mean. Okay, let's not. How dare you dismiss me like this? I'm sorry about last night. Yeah, let's be nice. I'm sorry, but... Alright, fine. Let's call a truce. You stop causing me undue stress, and I'll try to be a little less snippy. I'm late enough as it is. I'm going to work. I expect to see you here at sunset. Whatever. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. At sunset. Your cousin happily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. A text from Stella. Lol, barely slept at all. Up all night on cryptid forums. No good answers there. I'm at the library if you want to join. I have scones. Where did you get scones? Scones? Say no more. After last night, hell no. Really feeling up for it. So I'll be there in a bit. Still waking up. I want to explore the garden. And that's that. Time to start your day. Do I need a PB&J when she's got scones? Let's investigate. As your eyes wander through the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. But we're going outside. Oh, the subtle, wiggle of the leaves. It's so good. And they've done a good job with the leaves. You can tell each individual plant. Like the trees, you can tell on the left that's some form of oak. On the right, that's some form of maple. It's probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate. If only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further. You wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking. If, indeed, there had been a thing to begin with. Explore, take it in, check the ground for clues. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of an overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect. Its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within seas of weeds, as if beckoning to be rescued. And most striking, behind a pair of rusted metal gates, at the very peak of the mountain, sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones. The Scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. Notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. Hoo-hoo. Check the ground for clues. Oh no, you crunch down, pushing aside the greenery to explore soft earth. A boot print. A big boot print. And what looks like some kind of viscera. Viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo in case it comes in handy later. Text it to Stella. Send a photo to Stella. Look what I found in the garden across from my window. No way that's Tabitha's size. Head back inside and try to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your day. I'm not going to make a PB&J. It would be interesting to see what's in there. No, let's head down. Let's just go for it. Oh, didn't mean to do that. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today as it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. Continue down the path. Beautiful mountains. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Jeez, that's creepy. All the more reason to come to the library. Look who I found at the library. Said she was up all night thinking about the video. Adding you to the group chat texts. Oh my god. Kanika! I'm here because it's quieter than the store. Or it was, lol. Trying to figure out what animal that would be. Don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings and they are harbingers of doom. Doom! Sounds like they're having fun. Dang, I need the scones. On my way. Lol, let's not get too ahead of yourselves. Can't wait to solve this mystery. The ditchlings aren't real, Stella. Send a heart emoji. I need those scones. Be right there. Almost back to town. Hey! You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, DaintyTank. Yo. We were just talking about you. I stepped by Sybil's, pick up her new tea plant, and, well, you're the biggest thing to come to town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You weren't with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Tell Avery the whole truth. Nothing happened. I'm traumatized and not ready to talk about it. Jeez, nosy much. I hardly know you. I mean, true, but Avery seems like a cool dude. Plus, he'll find out sooner or later because he watches her channel. So and I went into the woods to try and find Skunk Egg, but we ran into something way worse. Actual monsters. Sybil said they're called ditchlings, but whatever they are, there's dozens of them and they're mutating the local wildlife. Whoa, slow down! Y'all actually found something out there? I can corroborate. I may have been out there with them, but I may not have been out there with them, but I've seen their footage and they encountered something otherworldly in the woods. Oh well, whatever it was happened out there. You're clearly a little shaken up. Tell you what, I'm on for a break for the next half hour, but you swing by the diner. Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Try to calm your nerves. It's Changa Lemon Balm. It always helped me on my dad days. If you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, DaintyTank. See ya, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. Confidant. Ooh. I better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning. Only to see how you're holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. Wait! Do you know anything else about the ditchlings? Why don't anyone in this town seem to know or care that the woods are full of monsters? What's wrong with people here? Quietly let her leave. Wait, do you know anything else about ditchlings? No, you said you didn't know much beyond those stories, but I'm afraid that's still true, but I'm sure that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation to sorts, but I've got things that I need tending to. Stay safe. Okay. Alright, you probably have a bit of time before you're needed at the library. Explore a general store? Yeah. This is your first time seeing the general store in light of day. Oh my god, we're gonna meet someone new. Young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Oh, that's North Carolina map. Offer him your boiled peanuts. She laid down. There are monsters in the woods. Hi, I'm DaintyTank. I wanted to buy chips or something. Do I talk to you or... Hi, I'm DaintyTank. I just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. Okay. What you doing on your phone? Games. You should probably heard of them. Alright, cool. Thanks, Miles. See ya. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Okay. Just browsing. We can swing by the diner. Diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with tantalizing smell of breakfast. Warn the patrons of the danger. Beware! Ditchlings! No one will care. Everybody you've talked to has been like, oh, ain't that the shit? Huh. Good luck. Bottomless coffee, Sunday breakfast special. Oh man, bottomless coffee for $1? Done. Talk to Avery. Sign to the booth across from Avery. Coffee date? We're on a date? What? Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie settles up with a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue was pen sound. How's that sound a pen makes? Wait. Pen. Like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? Yeah, that's hard. I don't know why you even bother with those things. Just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill its time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. I love Sudoku. It's great. When he leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, what the hell happened last night? You gonna tell me, or I won't judge? Well, let's try your tea. Instantly take a sip of tea. Tastes like you're drinking mold that someone tried to unsuccessfully spruce up with lemon balm. Ew. What the hell is in this tea? Oh, politely put the tea down and never pick it back up. Tea's healthy. Take another sip. Nope. Never. But nobody needs to know that. I probably should have warned you about the tea. Chunga does not mess around. It's a fungus harvest from the local birch trees. It's supposed to be super healthy for you, and it sure tastes like it. It's a challenging drink. Well, if you don't believe me about last night, I'm not here to judge, I'm here to listen. Okay. You spill the beans, glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that was some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seems distant. Monsters in the wood? I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. I can't say I like the thought of it. Yeah, I hadn't picked you as a transplant. Where are you from? You regret moving here? I'm not going to let anything happen to you or this town. Don't be a dumb. Picked you as a transplant. I moved here from Scarlet. Gosh, 3 years ago? Maybe a little more. Lost track. Scarlet is, to give context, probably within a 3 to 4 hour drive of the mountains here. For if you're on the far reaches, either north or in the far reach to the point. So, got anywhere around 3 to 4 hour mark to get up to this. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job. And who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, still feels like I just moved in. Practically everybody apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but it's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Why'd you leave Scarlet? Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. Cool. I get it. I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. Folks on the whole have been plenty friendly, but life here is so different than what I'm used to. It's hard to explain, but I just don't feel like I belong. Exactly. There are worse ways to be, but I'm not sure I'll ever entirely feel like I belong here. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have a choice to have second thoughts, but I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie. And there's no way she's leaving this place. Okay, cool. Should get out of here before things get worse. Should get out of here. Take me with you. Let me know if you happen to cross any leads. Oh, let me know if you happen to cross any leads. Definitely. Ah, shucks. Looks like my shift is about to start. Hopefully the chunk has had a chance to start working its magic. Diners where people come, everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll tell you if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Cool. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. Good. Leave the diner ready to continue your day. Cool. Head to the library. Oh, cool. Ah, familiar little pug over there. Hello. You enter the former town hall. Reading adventure. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, goodness. Is that a person tied to a... Oh, my God. So there's a person who is gagged and tied to a metal beam. Oh, co-workers walk him down the road with kids dancing and joyfully hanging out beside, and a fire raging in the background. What in the world happened there? Also, cat. There's a lot to take in on just this. You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Booksmark. This is a good place. Oh, hey, you made it. Settle in with Stella and Kanika. Shush Stella and point to all the books before heading over to her table. No, just settle in. You made it. Ghost Tracks, San Antonio, Texas. Oh my God. Oh, that's the story of, it's just a spooky ghost story of, like, a railroad where there was, like, a school bus of kids who had, like, died on that crossing because a train hit them. And so they pulled up, parked the car on the tracks, and it said, like, they didn't think anything of it. It was just gonna be spooky, and then they went home, and then there was all these, like, little kids' handprints on the back of the bumper in the dust, trying to push it forward. Really spooky story. Don't know where I heard it from, but... Oh, Gretchen, you're so adorable. You made... Oh my God, hold on. Madoka Magica to the bottom left. We have an otaku over here. Morning, DaintyTank. You look tired. Yeah, the estate isn't the easiest place to get a good 8 hours. Hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. By NPR. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm pretty amped up, actually. Never done a Scooby-Doo before. Let's see. Amped up or... Never done Scooby-Doo before. There we go. Some creepy old guy with a real estate scheme and a bad costume is at least a little more believable than monsters and curses. All we need now is Gretchen to start talking. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Oh! Before I forget, we gotta talk about the photo you sent me this morning. Kanika, check this out. DaintyTank found it in Tabby's garden this morning, right in line of sight to their bedroom. What in the world is that liquid around it? Looks like pus. Ugh. Ugh. Do you think it's Wayne? These boats are too big to be Tabitha's. Say I'm thrilled of people watching me in the room. Fact. Don't know if there's a connection to what happened in the woods, but it felt worth texting Stella about. I think it's Wayne. Oh, I got looks on that. That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room. He snuck up on us last night and called out DaintyTank by name. Those boot prints match up with that mining getup. Oh, whoa. Apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? Yeah, a bit. I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have a whole prophecy of impending doom angle of to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered. Alright, bud. Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Booksmart, your library is incredible. Offer him your boiled peanuts. The library is incredible. I can't imagine how much work you have to put into maintaining this sort of collection. Oh, thank you. Hey, Oscar, this is DaintyTank. You know Tabby's cousin? No, I should have known you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. She was a little kid when she left. But the Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and, only librarian. Oscar is amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what kind of kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves, boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I want to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they'll pick up the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's that Maxwell place? Oh, it's a great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe we used to be so reckless. The floors there are like Swiss cheese. Oh, it sounds like the best place. I would totally go there. I really should have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. Yeah, let's drop it. Ditchlings? Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh well. It's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? They're cryptid, and seeing one's supposed to mean disasters around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Ding, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? She drew a little ditching. Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm going, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Yeah, here, have a biscuit, old girl. Where did you pull out a dog biscuit? Was it just sitting in your pants? Gretchen inhales. Oh my god, that little doggy. Drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. Pretty sure Stella barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. Pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in the woods. I don't believe in the supernatural stuff, but the woods aren't safe. It's nothing that we can't get to the bottom of. Whoever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. Get out while you still can! Boop. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep her eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And DaintyTank. If you see a 13-year-old girl with black braid and glasses, do you let her know her dad is worried about her? Okay. Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him! Just grabbed the whole mess of local history books. Still sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright. Got our snacks. Got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Scones first. This would be so much faster with two of you here to help out. I'll be doing my own research online. You never know what kind of weird biases the folks writing these books might have. Whatever you find online might be biased too, you know. Which is why we're cross-reference things. Yeah, you're right. It's good to cast the wide net. Guess the books are up to me and DaintyTank. Reading awaits. Flip through historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Ooh, cool. So there's a good bit of stuff in this. So I'm just gonna quickly save because it's been a while. Historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Just the thought of reading a book like this would probably put most people to sleep. But you've got a mystery to solve, and to solve it, you need to know everything there is about this town. Explore the Scarlet Estate. That's gorgeous. Scarlet Estate. Inarguably the most striking piece of architecture in Scarlet Hollow, and the most elaborate and elegant estate in the region prior to the construction of the Biltmore in 1895. Haha! I was right. That was right at that turn of the century there. But it is a gorgeous house. Andrew Jackson Scarlet chose the location to be atop a hill in Scarlet Hollow's geographic center, so that might be seen from the town below. It remains a constant reminder of the family who carved Scarlet Hollow from the wilderness and provided wealth and prosperity to its residents. Woohoo! Let's go to the hospital next. First used as a field hospital during the Civil War, it's named for Silas Scarlet's eldest son, who perished in the bloody conflict. Still stands at the end of what is now the residential district of Scarlet Hollow, and has served as the health of the community for over 100 years. Oh, okay. In the late 1900s, as the town prospered from the coal boom, additions were built into the house, and it was now opened as Change of Air Clinic, bringing in prestigious clientele from around the world. Change of air probably means it was tuberculosis. They believed the fresh air, mountain air would do them well, and Scarlet Hollow became a tourist destination for patients of all afflictions. Clinic still operates to this day as a doctor's office and stands as the building of cultural significance. Nice. Whew. Scarlet Coal Mines. The original mining facility is no longer standing, having been destroyed in the collapse of 1918. Collapse, you say? Through the new facility, outfitted with all the cutting-edge technologies of the industry, is in itself a fine example of practical construction. The first iteration of the mining camp was a true product of its time, and what few photographs exist are an interesting peek back to a different era. Coal is actually fairly rare in North Carolina. It's not too much that you find a vein. When you can still visit the site of the original Scarlet mine, though, all that remains are a few abandoned tunnels closed off to the public. Okay. Tremaine Homestead. Okay, situated in the edge of Scarlet Hollow's farmlands, the Tremaine Homestead was one of the earliest settlements in Scarlet Hollow, predating even the town's famous coal mines. For many decades, the Tremaine family maintained the largest farm in Scarlet Hollow, but a break in the family led them to split the land in two, and the homestead along with it. Despite the many changes made two halves of the Tremaine homestead in the subsequent decades, the original log structures are still visible and maintained to this day. They are undoubtedly the oldest buildings left standing in Scarlet Hollow. Okay. I don't really care about the church. Town hall. Silas Scarlet personally funded the town hall's construction as the first municipal building in the then small community of Scarlet Hollow. It has stood at the end of Main Street since before the Civil War. Its white columned edifice withstanding the ravages of the 1860s and continuing to stand to this day. Stunning piece of antebellum architecture. After the town of Scarlet Hollow switched to a dog mayor system of governance in the 1920s. They have a dog mayor? Who's the dog mayor? Is Gretchen the dog mayor? The building has been put to different use, though the upstairs still house the town archives and a special ceremonial office for events with the mayor. So the mayor of Scarlet Hollow is a dog. Okay. Oh my god, your little face, you're so cute. Close the book and put it back. Let's see. Veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet coal mines, woodsman leader, Appalachian folk monsters. Let's do coal mines. Forced into retirement at the age of 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as captain of Confederacy, Salias Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons in that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in due part to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings and a bustling main street. Overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate that was, until 1889, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. That's so tragic. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's oldest son, Theodore, who had taken over for his aging father during the bustle of the war. His brother, Enoch V. Scarlet, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Huh. Alright. Don't really like Salias, because apparently he was crap of a guy. A few entries catch your eye. Ooh, Mothman's fun. Humanoid creature whose sightings are said to be of supernatural events. Jersey Devil, a wyvern-like creature that haunts New Jersey pine. Ginseng babies, roots that said to scream like infants dug under the full moon. Yeah, also like mandrakes. The Bell Witch, particularly violent haunting in Tennessee. Hopkinsville goblins, small silvery creatures that besieged a farm in Kentucky. Wampus cat, a large cat-like creature with a loud howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. If you hear the sound of a woman crying, or sounds like a woman screaming, it's a fox in heat. Don't go after it. Tommy Knickers! Not the Tommy Knickers! Energetic cave-dwelling creatures particularly known for their mischief. Tilipo, a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. Didn't we hear the word Tilipo before? Okay. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out the corner of his eye. Ha 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 ha. Some small creature had gotten to his cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back into its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail, shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess that'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into the bed satisfied. His dog curled at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across the wood. His dog was nowhere to sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my topical. A high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. Go away! He screamed at the thing. It stayed closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging in the hardwood, accompanying its movements. I want my topical. The creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. I want my topical. Before the hunter could be seen, could so much as scream. The creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretch out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay. These are fun. I'm going to scan them and let you know if there's anything interesting in the next recording. But beyond that, I think we're going to pause this here. Thank you so much for all of your excitement with the series. I am glad you're enjoying it just as much as I am. Let me know your thoughts down below. And also subscribe and hit like, just because. With that, I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye!